What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. So, there's days I question why am I a Meineke shop owner any longer. And it isn't the work, it's actually the people. It's the people who make me nuts who come and visit this service center. And not all of them, but it's getting worse to where it's irritating me more and more and more. I'm here to do a job. I tell you what I need to do to fix your car, and I got to hear just tons of bullshit on top of it. So let's just go through it. Talked to this guy on Saturday about his car with a rusted out brake line. Said to bring it over, no problem. Car's not worth a whole lot of money. Whatever. Like, I hear this all the time, and I shouldn't hear this all the time. He needs a brake line. I get it. He gets it to the shop. I get it in the shop, and I see new parts everywhere that were never spent here, but spent someplace else. New gas tank, new exhaust system, new tires, AC's working. It's got other issues. The driver's side brake line's completely rotted out. I've already serviced this side going up front. This side I'm in the midst of doing now. And I said, well, one side's blown out, the other side's near death. Right, that's a near death. Give him a price, a little hem haul, but we finally got it done. And another customer who is here first thing in the morning, day after a holiday, you want to be tortured by customers, that he has his own tips. The exhaust is hanging low in the center, and it's rattling. So I bring it in the shop, and I'm evaluating it, so let's evaluate it together. Emissions tampering at another shop, wasn't done here. Headers installed. Whoever installed them knew what they were doing, right? That's hitting the frame rail there. Leaking here. Leaking here. Let's see. His other complaint was rattling. Done wrong here. Absolutely nothing here, holding the exhaust up. And it's hanging low because the system is made wrong. So what he's complaining about is this pipe here, right? It comes down on an angle. This is the last guy who knows better than me. This is basically what's going on. It's hanging low in the center. Well, this should have been an S bend, and then this, he should have just said, I'm not working on your car unless you fix it right. So then this last guy rigged it all in here and told him he didn't need catalytic converters. The same guy who didn't finish the weld here. He didn't need catalytic converters. I hear this so often I want to throw up when I hear this. Your car requires a catalytic converter in the state of New Jersey, regardless if it doesn't require inspection, a state inspection, or emissions test. You still have to have your original emissions components intact, not intact. So to make this fit right, I have to actually redo what this other guy who knows better than me, who informed this customer wrong that he doesn't need catalytic converters. So now the customer's programmed by a guy who doesn't really know what he's doing, and you could tell by the work that he's done already. Okay, so newer work, probably the same dude who did the headers, on old crappy work that was done wrong in the past, added an X pipe. But here's the problem. If you try and push the exhaust pipe up, it hits this bracket. I mean, you could eliminate this bracket, but then you have this area to contend with. So, all new work done wrong, old work done wrong. This was added to this at some point in time, done wrong. Old work, right? Old work. And then here's another set of new work where they put Flowmasters on. Okay? And that's not how this hanger's supposed to work. I mean, this is okay, but it's really not okay. So then they put all this together, and then check it out. The tailpipe is smashing the rear parking brake cable, the diff cover, the differential, and then actually the sway bar in the back is contacting here. Over here, it's on the cable, and I'm sure on complete compression. You can see a mark right up in there that it's rubbing. You can see right here the tailpipe rubbing. So I told this guy, if you want your tips, he has these tips. This is the tips that he ordered. These tips are actually going to make the car, the exhaust, sit lower right? So he has up bends, right, that keeps it high and tight. Now I gotta lower it now, which lowers the tailpipe and lowers all the other work in the back. And it's gonna sit lower in the back. And then this is hitting here from the last guys who know better than me and do better exhaust than me, which is it's a joke. That he wants it higher and he doesn't want it rattling. Well, we said you need a new exhaust system then because none of this shit fits right. And he said, well, the last guy said I don't need cats and all this other stuff. I'm like, you do need cats, and we're not building you an exhaust system without them. So I said, and then your only other option is to me to just fix up this crap that you have under here and make it fit better than the last jokers. And you can follow the jokers, ready? So this is different work, old work, newer work, right? Freshly newer work with hangers, freshly newer work, old work, some type of old work, not sure when, but not the same time as this. And then this crap that's done up in here. But people argue. You're arguing with the guy that you bring to the exhaust shop and say, hey, you want this done and you want specific problems corrected. There's no correcting this garbage. There's no correcting your genius guy who said you didn't need cats. There's no fixing that. It doesn't fit the car properly. This should have been down, an up bend, and then this whole section should have been redone. This section's actually okay, although the hanger is not proper. I mean, it's rattling right here. It's rattling right there, so that's wrong. This guy who did this exhaust work said, fuck it, let's just not do anything about this. But then you get back in here to get the system up, you got more complications. So, I love it when other people know better than me, and the last guy to work on it gave the customer wrong information and did shitty work, and then now he's here. You have to trust when you come to a real shop that you're getting the correct information, and that would be a guy like me. Your Cadillac Fleetwood requires catalytic converters, regardless if you require an emissions inspection or not. You have to have all your emissions components. They all have to be there. They don't have to be functioning, they all have to be there. So that's wrong. You can't even go to my competitor, Penn Muffler, and get exhaust work done with missing catalytic converters. They won't do it. They won't do it. It's just the way that it is. You think that they tell their customers that catalytic converters aren't required? Absolutely not. They're a New Jersey re-inspection center, and they know the laws. And the laws are, all your emissions components have to be there regardless of a state inspection or not. And if you're taking the car overseas and there's certain paperwork that you can go to a shop with and have them remove the catalytic converter and put a pipe on it because it's going overseas. Other than that, if the car didn't come with it from OEM emissions components, then it doesn't require it. So now you see why I get aggravated about what I do here. And I shouldn't be aggravated when I come to work every day. I should just be able to come in, tell the customers what their car needs based on their original request, and say, hey, whoever's been working on it didn't do it right, and I can't meet your goals because what you're giving me to work with just doesn't work. This guy has some other problems that we're not going to entertain today, but it is what it is. I understand that. His budget's only going to take him so far for the safety concerns that he has. Anybody else out there get tortured by customers? Like, you're the professional, you know your shit, and then they're in there telling you how to do your job. I know Ford Boss Me has come across that stuff. He's made it public. But goddamn, we don't deserve this. We're here to help the customer, advise them, and make a living. And you shouldn't have to get four phone calls about some crappy exhaust, and then in the end, well, if you don't think the tips are going to look good on my car, then don't put them on. Dude, I don't pick out your jewelry for you. That's it. I don't pick out your jewelry for you. What I like is not what you're going to like. So You can't say, well, I like these rims on your car, you should get these rims, or you should get these tips. It has nothing to do with me. I can only tell you they're going to fit, they're not going to fit, and then what's going to happen when I put those tips on based on the configuration of your vehicle. So, what do I think? I think your exhaust system's atrocious and it should be redone and be done right, but that's what I think. You don't think that way, so we're not meeting here. We're not meeting in the middle here at all. You have an issue and I can't correct it because you don't want to correct it properly. But my opinion of the jewelry you stick on your car has nothing. What do I think about this car? I think it looks stupid, but that's the way that it is. Do I think the exhaust system could look better? Absolutely. But it is. Do I think a lot of the Jeeps that are out here that people put $30,000 and $40,000 worth of options on at the lift shop look stupid? Yes, it looks stupid to me. So my opinion really doesn't mean anything unless they want a problem fixed or repaired. And trust me, I've seen tons of exhaust system jobs that have been done that are horrible, and I've seen tons of lift jobs done that are horrible. So thanks for watching.